What is your favorite insult that doesn't sound like an insult? You're at the top of the bell curve. It's impressive how you manage to stay so confident. From the movie Spanglish, maybe your low self-esteem is just common sense. You continue to meet expectations. It's hard to underestimate you. I once made a moderately humorous remark among some friends, and one person said to me, "That's the funniest thing you've ever said." I think they meant well, but it really was quite the burn. If someone asks for a work reference, you can say, "Any employer would be lucky to get this person to work for them." You help me work on my self-control. Edit to add my other favorite. You remind me of the importance of a good education. In the right context, this is definitely not a compliment. I will give your suggestion all of the consideration which it deserves. There's a Yiddish one, I hope someone names a child after you. It sounds nice until you realize that Jews don't name children after living relatives. See you later. Not if I see you first. This has become so common in language that people don't realize it's an insult. You're literally saying, if I see you first, I'm going to avoid you. I hope the rest of your day is as pleasant as you are. Anyone else here to step up their game for shower arguments? IDKY, but hitting people with a really dry good talk. Does the job real wells. I'm certain you tried your best. The one New Zealand minister said for people that left to Australia they rise IQ for both countries. There is beauty in simplicity, and you are truly beautiful. I had a coworker come up to me when I was new and say, "You know, I don't care what all the other guys say, you're a hell of a worker, man." And he had like a mischievous smile, and I was just like, "Thank you, man, appreciate that." I didn't realize till break that he was saying everyone talks shit about you, and started cracking up that I just took it as a compliment. I do desire we may be better strangers. Or any of the other lines Orlando has in that scene, really. It's a good thing you're pretty. On a letter of recommendation, I would gladly recommend this employee to another manager. I wish I had the confidence to wear that. I remember saying, "You're not the stupidest person on earth, but you better hope they don't die." I read that online and thought it was hilarious, and finally had the chance to use it on my elder brother for not being able to butter his toast properly. He initially took it as a compliment until it dawned on him. My older brother is one of the most intelligent people I know, but the guy can be a real moron sometimes. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. You're a good motivation to study. You constantly find ways to surprise me. Sounds very much like a compliment but can easily be an insult. I once called someone too stupid to insult and they said thank you. My personal favorite. Wisdom has been chasing you, but you have always been faster. I've been called worse by better people. As an outsider, what do you think about intelligence? You look like the kind of person that has a favorite flavor window. Have the day you deserve. That's nice, dear, aka the granny version of cool story bro. A friend of mine once dominated in a game and got, "I hope you have a warm pillow tonight." I kinda like this one. Common customer service technique I use: customer is ranting and yelling on the phone and I don't say anything or try to interrupt. Then when they pause and ask if I'm still there, I say, "Yes, I was just waiting for you to finish." Takes the wind out of their sails every time. When I was in the military, whenever there was someone who was particularly bad at their job, always tried to do a job quick rather than right so they could be done with it, we'd call them turbo. They always loved it. I once listened to a relative-in-law go off for quite a bit of time on some far-right conspiracy-mongering tangent about all the research she'd been doing. which no one asked for. After she finished and there was a pause, I said, "Well, the important thing is that you're having a good time." I admire a man that can draw so deep from such a shallow well of wit. You are impossible to underestimate. Your brain is smooth as silk. May you live in interesting times. You are an unending source of astonishment. Not necessarily an insult more than a jokey comment to a coworker, but I love it. Has anyone told you you're doing a good job today? Responds no. Think about that. You're all spare parts, bud. Bless your heart. When someone gives you unsolicited advice, tell them it's worth every penny I paid for it. You have a face for radio work. You inspire others to reevaluate who they interact with. Thanks for all you do. Also, that's a technique. Well, you have a great personality. You look like you'd be easy to draw. Every minute with you is more interesting than the next. I envy everyone you've never met. If you really apply yourself, you just might make it to the top of the bell curve. Well, it seems like you've given this a lot of thought. To be deployed when the target has proffered an opinion that is totally without nuance. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. I can't wait to remember you. I'm sure if you played tennis you would be good at it. Meaning that you want to compliment them but have to make something up, because there is just nothing there. One I used for contestants on the Jeremy Kyle show, Think British Springer. That one's got more tattoos than teeth. When I was a hostess, I would get yelled at by customers because we had an hour wait and berated by them for not having room, so as they would storm off in a huff, I would say, "I hope you have a day as nice as you are." I love how you state the obvious with such a sense of discovery. You are so mercifully free of the ravages of intelligence. You're as sharp as a marble. Wow. Receiver hears it as accolades or praise, but the insulter is communicating disgust. I envy the people who haven't met you. There is a tree dedicated to replacing the air you take up. You should find it and apologize to it. Saying duly noted. A favorite of mine. I don't care what they say about you, I think you're a great guy. It's hard being dumb, but you make it look so easy. I need to not learn these quips, otherwise they'll pop out of me subconsciously. Wisdom has always been after you, but you have always been faster. See you next Tuesday. Someone once hit me with "It's cool how you don't care about what people think about you." And I was like, thanks. Then wait a second. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. "Aren't you precious" is my go-to. You remind me of the tragic hero in Sophocles' most famous tragedy. Best way to call somebody a motherfucker I've ever heard. Pardon me for talking while you are interrupting. You have absolutely met my expectations. I was hoping for a battle of wits. But you appear to be disarmed. Are your parents related? I'm Texan, so the Southern "bless your heart" is a classic. Since it can mean anything from "you're a dumbass" to "fuck you." The problem exists between the computer and the chair. You must have an impressive ability to navigate life with such unique choices. You have a talent for turning everyday situations into extraordinary challenges. You're just as sweet as a lemon. You seem like the type of person who's never asked himself, "What if I'm wrong?" I received this comment from a boy in high school that I liked. "I admire your ability to stand alone. It was brutal. My sister and I still joke about